Hi, welcome to our third training video here at Ready Set Ride. This is going to be all about feeding your horses. There are three main components to a horse's diet. There's hay, grain, and medication. So now I'm going to show you guys how to actually prepare the grain here at Ready Set Ride. As you can see here, we have a feed chart, and you always want to look to see when it was last updated in case there are any diet changes. So when you come in, you're going to have to look at the schedule. If you're coming in the morning, your grain will already be made, so you're going to have to make for the night shift as soon as you're done. And then vice versa, if you come in at night, the grain will already be made, you'll make for the morning shift. So as you can see here, our grain is all labeled. We have our senior, our safe choice, our sweet feed, and also our special care. They all correlate to the diets of each individual horse, which you will see on the schedule above. So now I'm going to show you guys how to actually prepare the grain. So I'm going to use Casey as an example. Each horse here has their own bucket with their own name that corresponds to exactly what they need, since each horse has a different diet and different medication need. So since I came in the morning, my morning grain was already made, I'm going to make for the evening shift. So I'm going to go to my night chart and look for Casey's name. So here it says Casey gets 1 scoop of special care and 2 scoops of senior. So I go to my senior, I grab the scoop that's in there. It's going to be a level one, it doesn't have to be overflowing. I got 1 scoop and 2 scoops. And then I'm going to go over to my special care, and then I'm going to take 1 scoop of the special care. And that's it for the grain, but I know she does get medication, so I'm going to have to come over to the chart again, look under the medication section, and so Casey gets 1 scoop of joint supplement, 1 Equinox, and 1 Percent. But she does need a joint supplement, so we are actually out of it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a note on the whiteboard in front, or I'm going to tell a barn manager. So we can move on to the next, which is the Equinox. I'm going to find the name, Casey, and then the medication. So this is the Equinox. I'm going to give her just 1 pill. And then she also gets 0.5%. And that is this container with her name on it. And if there's already half a pill, I can just toss that in there. Otherwise, I'll just have to break a pill in half, and they are stored. And if you ever have any questions on any medication or any procedures on how to make the grain, always feel free to ask. So now that Casey has all her medication and all her grain, I'm going to take her grain bucket with her name, and I'm going to put it in the cart here with the rest of the finished PM grain. And then once that's done, I'm going to take our little blanket cover. I'm going to cover up the grain just so no animals get into it. And then I'm going to wheel it over to our tack room, which is the door right there. So now that I put away all the grain containers, I'm going to go to our big grain bins. I'm going to shut the lid and bungee cord it. This ensures that no raccoons can get into it and eat all of our grain. Once that's done, I'm going to move to getting hay. And I can grab this bale of hay from the pile right behind me. I'm going to put it in one of these black hay carts. And then I'm going to grab scissors that usually are right here on the wall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find where the knots are. There are 2 knots on the bottom right here. So what I'm going to do is cut a little bit higher and make sure I pull up from the knots. That way the hay doesn't get stuck. And this is very important because horses cannot eat the strings. If they do, they don't have the reflex to throw up, so they'll choke on it. Alright, so now that I removed the strings out of my hay bale, I'm going to move the hay cart all the way to the edge of the stall. That way it minimizes any hay loss that we have. And since you learned previously in our training video number 2, how to clean a stall, we're going to replenish the stall with some hay. Now each bale is divided into flakes. And a flake is a small handful that easily breaks off the bale. And we're going to take the flake of hay, and we're going to put it in our hay net right here. Every horse at Ready Set Ride gets 2 flakes of hay except for Cricket. She's our miniature horse, and she only gets 1 flake just because of her dietary needs. Just to recap, there are 3 main components to a horse's diet here at Ready Set Ride. There's grain, medication, and hay. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our next video. Bye!
Nope.
Just to recap, there are 3 main components to a horse's diet here at Ready, Set, Ride. There's grain, medication, and hay. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our next video. Bye.